Happy Thanksgiving. This week has been an interesting one, and I learned something valuable that I want to share with you. So it's Monday. I'm having lunch with my wife and my youngest daughter, like I usually do. My oldest daughter is at college, but she's actually coming home tonight. We're talking about that at lunch. She's been counting down the days to come home. This is her first time home since she left for college in August. My wife and I continue to talk about plans for the week while my youngest goes back into the sunroom to continue her schoolwork. As I'm wrapping up lunch, I have a little bit of my carrot left that I was eating, so I go into the sunroom and Jellybean, our chocolate Holland Lop, perks up the moment that she smells the carrot. She's 5 pounds of floppy ears and velvet soft fur, and she loves carrots more than just about anything. Her diet's mostly hay. You got oat hay, timothy hay, orchard hay. But she always comes bounding out of a corner for a treat. So she snatches the carrot from my hand and she devours it as usual. And even with the 3 desks and shelves of books in the sunroom, Jelly's oversized crate and toys claims half the rooms along with her cardboard boxes. And she loves the corner by the window where she loves in the sunlight. She feels safest there in that corner. She doesn't venture onto the hardwood floors, I assume because she doesn't feel, safe, because she doesn't even grip on her little furry feet. The sunroom had been her home since February of 2020 when a neighbor convinced us to adopt her. And that's how Jellybean became a part of our family. And she was very timid at first, rarely leaving the oversized crate. But she finally settled in. And when the world shut down, she became a part of the rhythm of our life. And she'd hop around in the mornings and she loves in the afternoons. And then in the evenings when she's really happy, she does these binkies. And binkies are where bunnies kind of hop and kick their feet to the side. It's pretty fun to watch. Anyway, after giving her the carrot, I hid back into the kitchen, continued talking to my wife about the plans for the week and the fact I want you to pick up our oldest from the airport about midnight. And while we're talking, my youngest daughter screams for us, and we run to the sunroom and find Jellybean lying on her side, and she's not moving. My daughter says that she made a terrible noise and flopped over, so my wife, she scoops her up and sits with her on the recliner, and she dies in her arms. But not before leaving a little parting gift as she peed in her lap. I made a joke about it, trying to lighten that difficult moment, because I really couldn't understand the timing. My oldest daughter's flying home tonight, and how could this happen just hours before she arrives? So I don't tell her right away. I want her to have a peaceful, sad, free trip. And when I pick her up from the airport, I don't tell her then because I want her to be able to sleep through the night without any kind of concerns. And the next morning, I do break the news to her, and I ask her if she wants to see the bunny before I bury her. She declines, which I completely understand. Now, neither my wife or my youngest daughter could even step into the sunroom. It was too painful for them. So that afternoon when they went out, I took off the afternoon to clean it up so that they wouldn't need to. So I packed up Jelly's crate and her cardboard boxes and her litter boxes and her toys. And as I was vacuuming up the last bits of her fur, my oldest daughter came in and we talked about Jellybean, but not just about Jellybean. We talked about my daughter's future and her school and career, her potentially getting married shortly after college. And it felt like a gift in itself to have that time with her. A little later, she went to a friend's basketball game, and something she was looking forward to before she came home. So either I finished getting the room in order when my wife and my youngest daughter get home. And shortly thereafter, I go outside to bury Jelly. Even though the English ivy roots resist as I work the shovel, the ground itself is actually soft from the recent rain. And to my surprise, as I'm digging the grave, my youngest daughter comes out and is talking to me. And we had a sweet time there, remembering Jelly and the happiness that she brought our family. And when she went back inside, I paused for a moment. I looked at that sunroom window in the corner, knowing that she's not going to be there anymore. And it was a bittersweet moment. But among the sadness, I actually felt something unexpected. And that was gratitude. Gratitude doesn't erase the hard things in life. It doesn't make loss or pain disappear, but it does change the way that we experience them. And as I reflected on Jellybean's death, I realized that true gratitude doesn't deny sadness, but it does deepen our appreciation for what we had. And in business and in life, we face moments like this all the time. Maybe we lose a client, or a project falls through, or hit a wall of overwhelm. And it's easy to focus on the negatives. But what happens if instead we pause and reflect and think about what we're grateful for? You see, gratefulness, it actually shifts your perspective. It turns challenges into opportunities for growth. It reminds you of your why. And for me, it was freedom to spend an afternoon clearing a space so that my family could heal. Now for you, maybe it's might be a chance to build a business that supports your family, or the relationships that you built with your clients. But gratitude, it's more than a feeling, it's a practice. It's a practice that can transform your business. When you approach your work with gratitude, you see clients not as obligations, but as opportunities. And it motivates you to deliver excellence. And that leads to being able to charge what you're worth. And gratitude, it also fuels resilience. When you feel overwhelmed, you can just take a moment and pause and consider what's going right. Maybe it's clients that actually trust you. It's the freedom to set your own schedule, or it's just lessons that you've learned along the way on this entrepreneurial journey. This mindset doesn't just help you overcome stress, it helps you build a business rooted in meaning and in purpose. Gratitude has this incredible ability to reframe even the toughest moments. It can take loss, frustration, overwhelm, and actually turn it into something meaningful. And today I'm going to share how embracing gratitude, not just as an idea, but as a practice, helps you serve your clients better, helps you charge what you're worth, and helps you ultimately live a more fulfilled life. Gratitude, it's not about ignoring pain. It's not about pretending that everything is perfect, but it's about shifting your perspective by recognizing the good in your life, even during difficult times. And then it's using that recognition to actually move forward with purpose. Jellybean came into our lives almost 5 years ago, and I initially thought it was just an impulsive decision and I'd later regret. But looking back, I realized how much joy that she brought into our home. And for my wife, Jellybean was a companion during some long days of her teaching our daughters. And for my girls, Jellybean was a source of comfort and happiness. Even for me, her quirky little presence was a reminder to slow down and appreciate the small moments in life. And losing her was hard, especially right before Thanksgiving, a time when we're meant to focus on gratitude. But gratitude doesn't erase pain. It doesn't make loss or hardship disappear, but it does reframe those moments. So instead of dwelling on the fact that Jellybean is gone, I'm choosing to focus on the joy that she brought to my family. I'm grateful that we had her in the first place and that my youngest daughter got to experience the bond of caring for a pet, and that my wife had a little comfort companion on some of the difficult days. Now, this isn't just about pets or personal loss. The same perspective applies to challenges in business as well. Think about a client that you worked hard to serve, only for that relationship to end unexpectedly. Or for a project that you poured your heart into that didn't deliver the results that you hoped for. It's natural to feel disappointed, frustrated, but what happens when you pause and ask yourself, what am I grateful for in this situation? I mean, maybe that client taught you something about your boundaries. Maybe the project helped you refine your skills or revealed a better way forward. Gratitude shifts the focus from the pain of what didn't go right to the value of what you gained through the experience. Here's another way to think about it. People often say, I can't believe in a God who allowed my mom to die of cancer. Or, how can I be grateful for something that caused me so much pain? But the truth is, that type of pain didn't start when it became personal. It existed for others long ago. The difference now is we're connected to it. And while gratitude doesn't dismiss the pain, it reminds you to focus on the joy and the love that existed before it. It's about asking, why is my life better because of what I experienced? For entrepreneurs, this mindset is a game changer. Gratitude helps you see beyond the daily grind. It reminds you that every challenge, every setback, it's all part of a bigger journey. So whether it's a difficult client or a financial struggle or a moment where everything just feels overwhelming, gratitude grounds you in the progress that you've made and the opportunities that are still ahead of you. Gratitude is powerful because it connects us to what really matters. It helps us see past the immediate frustration and into the deeper meaning of our experiences. And when we focus on that, we're not just surviving, we are actually thriving. Gratitude isn't just a personal practice, it's a business tool. It transforms the way you approach work, how you approach clients, and even how you approach yourself. When you root your business in gratitude, you build stronger relationships, you deliver better results, and ultimately, you create a business that aligns with the life that you want to live. You see, first, gratitude shifts your perspective. Instead of seeing your clients as obligations or tasks, you start to see them as partners in something meaningful. And when you're grateful for the opportunity to serve someone, it changes the way that you show up. You're more intentional, you're more focused, and you're more committed to delivering your best work, to provide the best value you can. And your clients can feel that. When your work comes from a place of gratitude, the quality improves. You're not just trying to get through the day or check off some items on your to-do list. You're striving for excellence. And when you deliver that kind of value, you're no longer competing on price. You have the confidence to charge what you're worth because you know the impact of the service that you're providing. Gratitude, it's not just a mindset shift. It's actually a business strategy. But gratitude isn't just about clients. It's about how you view challenges that come with running a business. Maybe you've had a difficult client who pushed your boundaries. Or maybe you've had to turn down work that didn't align with your values. These situations can feel frustrating in the moment. But gratitude helps you see them differently. I mean, that difficult client, well, maybe it taught you where your limits are and gave you clarity to create better boundaries for the future. And that opportunity that you passed on, well, maybe it created a space for the right opportunity to come along. And when that does, you'll be ready to serve at a higher level. Gratitude, it fuels resilience. Entrepreneurship is full of highs and full of lows. And it's very easy to get discouraged when things aren't going your way. But when you take a moment to reflect on what you're grateful for, whether it's a loyal client, a supportive family, or even the freedom just to run your own business, it grounds you. It reminds you why you started and why you keep moving forward. And here's the most amazing part. Gratitude creates a ripple effect. When you approach your business with gratitude, it is contagious. Your clients can feel it, your team can feel it, and it shapes the culture of your work. People want to work with someone who values them, and gratitude is the foundation for that kind of value, for that kind of trust and that kind of connection. Building a better business isn't just about strategies and tools, it is about mindset. And when that mindset is rooted in gratitude, you're not only building a better business, but you're building a better life. As an entrepreneur, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. The to-do list that never seems to end and the pressure to succeed can feel like a massive weight on your shoulder that you're carrying every single day. But the thing is, overwhelm does not have to control you. Gratitude is a powerful way to pause and to reflect and to reset when life feels like it's just too much. So the next time that you're feeling the stress build, you can take a moment to stop and ask yourself, what am I thankful for right now? And it doesn't have to be something big. Maybe it's a client that trusts you with an exciting project, or maybe it's the fact that you can take an afternoon off to be with your family, or maybe it's just the simple joy of being able to have a moment to think before your day starts. Gratitude shifts your focus. Instead of being consumed by what's going wrong or what still needs to be done, it brings you back to what's going right. And more importantly, it reconnects you with your why. Like, why did you start your business in the first place? For many entrepreneurs, it's about freedom. More freedom to work on your terms and to spend time with your loved ones and to create a life that's meaningful to you. Gratitude reminds you of that bigger picture. And I spent an afternoon cleaning out our sunroom, and I felt the weight of sadness. But in that moment, I also felt thankful. I was thankful that I had the freedom to take the time off work. Thankful that I could create a space where my family could start to heal. And thankful that Jellybean was actually in our life at all. I mean, that is the power of gratitude. It doesn't make the hard things disappear, but it does make them bearable. It gives you strength to face the challenges head on because you're rooted in what truly matters. And gratitude is also a filter. It helps you prioritize and focus on things that actually align with your values. And when you're clear on what you're grateful for, it becomes easier to say no to things that don't serve you. Maybe it's turning down a client that doesn't respect your boundaries, or maybe it's letting go of a task that's draining your energy. Gratitude gives you the clarity to make those decisions without having any guilt. And when you approach overwhelm with gratitude, it helps you not to just survive. It helps you to thrive by reclaiming control, because you're reminding yourself that you have the strength and the perspective to move forward no matter what challenges that you face. And this Thanksgiving, I'm reminded that gratitude isn't just about counting blessings. It's about how we choose to see the world, even in its hardest moments. And Jellybean's death was difficult, but I'm grateful for the joy that she brought into our lives. And that outweighs the sadness. I feel gratitude for the comfort that Jelly brought during the pandemic. Gratitude for the memories of her bounding out of that corner at the smell of a carrot. Gratitude for the ability to take the afternoon off work and to focus on what mattered most. Sometimes life's hardest moments teach us the most about gratitude, and Jellybean's death reminded me that true freedom isn't just about running a business on my terms. It's actually about being present with the people in the moments that matter most. Gratitude is not just a feel-good concept. It's a powerful tool for transforming your business and your life. And by embracing gratitude, you can navigate loss and challenges with grace. You can show up for your clients at a higher level, and you can stay connected to the things that truly matter, like your family, your purpose, and your freedom. So the next time you feel overwhelmed or discouraged, just take a moment to pause and reflect on what you're thankful for. Remember the joy that you experienced, the lessons that you've learned, and remember the opportunity still ahead. Gratitude is not going to solve every problem, but it's going to give you the strength and the clarity to face any new problem head on. So, what about you? Is there something that you're grateful for, even if it is bittersweet? Leave a comment and let me know what you're thankful for this Thanksgiving. Let's inspire each other to approach life and business with a grateful heart. If you want to dive deeper into building a business that works for you instead of the other way around, then you might want to check out this playlist where I'll show you how you can work half the time. I'll see you in the next video.